Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole Pop. I will be presenting on advanced directives for healthcare today. It'll be a page-by-page guide for completing your document. And then I'm from the Fox Valley Advanced Care Planning Partnership. So what we do at the Fox Valley Advanced Care Planning Partnership, we are all certified facilitators with our volunteers to help people go over their advanced directive for healthcare or power of attorney for healthcare document at no cost. Why does it matter? There are many benefits to having this document in place, including peace of mind, confidence, knowing that your wishes will be followed, and knowing what you want in a certain situation. Also, Wisconsin is not a next of kin state, so that means that anyone over the age of 18 needs an advance directive in place in order for someone that they trust to make healthcare decisions for them. What we do, we offer free individual appointments with free documents, advanced care planning workshops. We also host planning ahead class with UW Extension and Aging Mastery program as well. So what is advanced care planning? Advanced care planning is a way of understanding what your options are and considering your wishes, thinking about what matters most to you, and especially having conversations with those you care about and those agents that you pick. It can also impact future medical and financial decisions that a person will need to make or need help with when you are not able to speak for yourself or understand the options, like if you were in a serious accident or illness or end of life situation. And it just makes it a lot more easier and clearer on your wishes for your agent to follow them. So there are a lot of benefits to having an advance directive in place. Being in control of your decisions, writing those out ahead of time, and having those conversations with your agent and your loved ones so they understand that your values and wishes. It's a legal document, so everything written down will be followed and we'll be able to support them in those decision making. It also avoids huge delays for guardianship. So if you do not have this document in place, it does not automatically go to your spouse or next of kin. You need to have this document in place in order for somebody you choose to make decisions for you. Otherwise, it'll go through the guardianship process, court, and it's lengthy and expensive. Advance directive is an introduction of what the document is. And for those watching online, you can go to www.fvacpp.org and there will have advance directive documents for you to follow along with. So this document is allowing you to pick out a healthcare agent that makes decisions for you if you are in a situation where you're not able to speak for yourself or understand what is going on. And then you can write down your goals and values, what you would like in certain situations as well. So the next page is when you would update your document. We go by the 5 Ds. A decade after 10 years, it's good to review your document, make sure those wishes are still the same. If there's a death of a loved one or a healthcare agent of yours, if a divorce happens, then the document is annulled. So that means that it's no longer active or valid. So then you'll have to redo it. A diagnosis, if you are diagnosed with a serious illness, or if your health gets worse or you're unable to live on your own. And then if you fill out this document with Fox Valley Advanced Care Planning Partnership, we do have these cards for you that go in your wallet. Otherwise, you can cut out that little one at the bottom there. So page 1 of 9 is going to be your personal information, and then followed by who you intend to give copies to. You want to start filling those out, you can. So your name, date of birth, your telephone number, and address. And this is a legal document, so you should be using black pen. And if you do make a mistake, we recommend that you take the page out and replace it with a new page, just to make sure everything's clear and concise.
If need be, not that I've done this yet, but most likely from writing in pen, you always just scratch it off an initial.
No.
You can't do that.
No.
Okay.
Great question.
Yeah. Then unlike other forms, you can't, so that's good to know.
Yep. So if there's any mistakes, no scratching off, no Xing out and initialing, just replace the whole page, start over, and make sure it's all clear.
Yeah, pressure. Filling this out correctly.
And then the next section is like a little bit of a homework before you get started with this document, who you intend to give this document to. So that'll be your agents, all of your agents that you'll list. If you want to give it to your healthcare provider down at the bottom there, any best friends, family members in addition to that. So you can write that in there if you'd like.
Is there a suggested amount of people to list? Like, I'm assuming at least one, but is there like an ideal amount of number of people you'd want on this list?
That's completely up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like an introduction to the document, so we'll go over agents next. So it's just starting to get you thinking of who you would like to get this document to. All right, so moving on to page 2 of 9 of this document, some of the important information from this page, like no healthcare may be given to you over your objection, and necessary healthcare may not be stopped or withheld if you object. So based on your wishes and values, you're allowing your agent to make decisions for you. And then this becomes into play if you are physically or mentally unable to make decisions about your healthcare, and you are able to choose an agent for you.
So what's an agent?
So an agent is somebody that you trust that will make healthcare decisions for you if you become unable. So that can be your spouse, family members, somebody you trust. It could be your neighbor.
Oh,
Yep.
it doesn't have to be.
It does not have to be family.
Okay.
No, anyone that you trust that would follow your wishes and values. All right, so page 3 of 9, this is where you fill in your healthcare agent. It is someone that you know well. It should be somebody that you trust, and they have to be at least 18 years old, and they cannot be one of your healthcare providers like your doctor or a nurse. So the first person you choose as your healthcare agent, you can fill that in there. Can be any one of your, anyone you choose, a spouse, best friend, family member. And if this person is unable or unwilling to make decisions for you in that matter of time, then it would go to your next choice. And you do not need to have more than one agent. That is up to you on who you trust and would like to choose, but we do recommend to have at least a second or third choice, just in case if you and your agent are in a same situation or accident together, then that leaves not a backup person to make decisions for you. And the last box there, you can choose and you can initial if you do not have a healthcare agent. Some people cannot think of somebody to have as their agent. And then this document will guide the guardianship process on their wishes and values. So they're still able to fill out this document even if there's not somebody that you trust to have as your healthcare agent. Moving on to page 4 of 9. So this will be your general authority of the healthcare agent. These bullet points here are listing all the things that your agent will be able to do. And you are able to cross out any of these if you do not feel like your agent should be capable of doing that. But then we recommend going back and thinking about, is this agent somebody that you really trust to make decisions based on your wishes? Yep, at a time when you are not able to make decisions on your own or speak on your own. And then the last part of the page there is that your agent is not allowed to admit you to a mental health facility at all. So moving on to page 5 of 9, this section is also speaking to the authority of your agent. So we will go through each of these questions here. I would like you to use your initials in each box. First is the agent authority to make the decision to admit me to a nursing home or community-based residential facility for long-term care. So if you do need long-term care for any reason, yes, you would like your agent to make that decision for you, or no, my agent cannot make that decision for me. If you are choosing no in Wisconsin, that means that you cannot be admitted to a long-term care facility without a court order and going through the guardianship process.
So we want to check yes. I mean, we want our initials, yes, that ideally.
Yes, I would recommend, yes, that you would want your agent to make that decision
I
for
don't
you.
want to go through guardianship, that's for sure.
Again, this is the agent authority. This is not based on your wishes and values. We will get to that in the next couple of pages. Moving on to number 2 is the agent authority to make the decision to refuse or have removed a feeding tube and or IV fluids. So again, yes, your agent can make that decision for you, or no, my agent cannot make that decision for me. Again, choosing no means that it will have to go through with a court order. And number 3 is agent authority to make healthcare decisions during pregnancy. Yes, my agent can make those healthcare decisions for me if I'm pregnant, or no, or this does not apply to me. But I do want to highlight, for you, if getting pregnant is possible, whether planned or not, if so, you need to give your agent authority or risk your entire document becoming void. If you're pregnant at the time of this document is needed, whether you know it or not, the document is voided if you choose no. All right, so page 6 of 9 is where it becomes your turn to write in your personal wishes and values. So again, we'll have you initial, and I will read through this first scenario here. If I am sick or injured and my doctors believe there is little chance I will recover the ability to know who I am, who my family and friends are, or where I am, this is my choice. Would you like to refuse or stop all treatments? Or would you want to receive all treatments to keep me alive? And with either choice, you will be kept clean and comfortable, receive pain and comfort medicines, and food and fluids if you can. So again, this is based on your personal wishes. There's no right or wrong answer for this one. It is based on what you would want in that situation. Continuing with page 6 of 9, the next question is about cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR. So would you want CPR attempted unless my doctor determines that there's, if you have a medical condition or no reasonable chance of survival, or it would harm you more than help you, or you do not want CPR, let me die a natural death. Going ahead, if you do not want CPR, you will need to set up an appointment with your doctor to go over the DNR, or do not resuscitate form. All right, so page 7 of 9, here's where you can write in your personal preferences. There is an additional handout that we all have here that gives you some ideas or options that you can write in, and that is listed on our website as well. So the first one here is specific care instructions to meet my goals and preferences in certain situations. If you would like certain treatments, or if you would like an amount of time that you would like to be kept alive until they know what's going on, anything like that. If you want certain people in your room. And comfort preferences for number 2, if you like warm blankets or a cold room, if you want the TV on or music playing, anything like that. If you have a certain bed positioning, maybe you like to lay on your back or on your side. And if you can't think of anything right away to fill in these boxes, we recommend you put a line through it to make sure that you've read it and seen it, but you would not like to add anything into this box. You do think of anything to add later, you can add an additional page in with all of your notes, sign and date it, and then you can attach that to your document and make sure you give that to your agents as well. So if you do have your document witnessed and complete, you cannot go back and add things into your document. Once it's witnessed and finalized, you will have to make a new document if you want to add anything or change anything. So continuing on with page 7 of 9. If you would like to include others when making decisions about my care, so that would be, for example, if you have your 3 agents filled in and maybe you want to add your best friend if time allows, or your parents or anyone else that you would want to add in that was not listed as your agent, you can write their name and phone number down. And again, that is if there is time to allow those people to make care in my decisions. And the last box is if you are near death and cannot communicate, I want to give my friends and family these personal messages. That could be I love you and thank you. Thank you for following my wishes. Say I'm sorry about that one time I did this. Anything that you would like to add in there. Again, if there's nothing that you think of to add in these boxes, you can just draw a line through them saying that you saw it, but you did not want to add anything. Page 8 of 9, the first one is if I am near death, things I would want. Again, if you would like favorite music playing, dim lighting, a visit from the hospital chaplain or priest, or if you would like hospice.
You can include pets on these, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Pet
that's a good
visitation
idea.
or what you would
Yeah.
want with your
I'm
pets.
sure my
Yep.
dogs can come see me.
Yes.
Priorities.
And then the last question here, donation of my organs or tissues. Initial, again, which box you would prefer. A, I do not wish to donate any part of my body. B, you would like to donate any parts of my body that may help others. Or C, if you would like to donate only certain organs or tissues, you can list those in.
And if that's on your driver's license already, do you still need this filled out?
Yep, it's
Okay.
just, yep, it's extra verification to say that you want that.
And kind of with that, if it is on your driver's license, do you still have to go to this donatelife.net?
Oh, we just recommended to double check it all matches up.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and now if there's not anything else that you would like to add or change in your document, we can move on to making the document legal. So here, you will need to sign in front of two witnesses, who meet the qualifications explained below. So a witness can be somebody that's at least 18 years old, not related to you by blood, marriage, domestic partnership, or adoption. It is not the healthcare agent that you choose, that those cannot sign your document. If you're not directly financially responsible for this person's healthcare or not a healthcare provider, so your doctor or nurse or anyone working in that hospital setting cannot sign your document.
So question on that.
Yes.
Thinking- Most likely, I wanna take this home and talk that through with my husband before having witnesses sign. And I was thinking of having our neighbor be a witness signature, but she works in like the billing department at a hospital. So would that count as somebody who's employed at a hospital, or does it have to be like an actual like nurse or a physician or somebody's like actively like taking care of somebody?
It says a medic and not a healthcare provider directly serving the person,
Mhm.
meaning me, not an employee of a healthcare provider that
Yeah.
serves me, unless they're a social worker or a chaplain.
Okay, so I'm assuming that would probably fall within that bucket then. when it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably avoid that, but
Okay.
neighbors are a great option to witness. Yep, as long as they don't work in the healthcare setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So make sure both witnesses are there with you when you sign your document, so you can include your signature and the date. Through Fox Valley Advanced Care Planning Partnership, we work with you through the document, work with us and set up an individual appointment or go to one of our workshops so we can verify that everything's correct. And then once your document is witnessed and signed, it is a legal document. That means it cannot be changed or edited. And then we recommend that you give your copies of your document to your agents. So each agent listed and have conversations, go through the document with them to make sure they understand your wishes and values, just in case a situation happens. And then providing one with your healthcare provider as well, that they will scan it into the Epic system. So if there is emergency, then first responders can pull up that right away.